Are you looking at purchasing your next home on a golf course in the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho region? In this video, I will be going over the top mistakes buyers make so you can avoid making them. Welcome back to my channel, Living North Idaho, where I discuss all things about real estate in and around the Coeur d'Alene region and living your best life in North Idaho. Not considering the location of the home you're looking at purchasing. Proximity to the fairways, the tees, and the greens make a huge difference on the lifestyle you will be able to have when purchasing a home. For instance, if you purchase a home that is in a high-risk area for golf balls, you may not be able to sit out and enjoy your deck or front patio if you are in the area of where golf balls are flying. So just remember, when you are looking at homes on different golf courses, definitely take into consideration where it is located on the greens and where it is located in relationship to all the balls that people are hitting. It's just something that you should be aware of, especially if you like enjoying being outside and sitting outside and watching the golfers. Doesn't mean it makes it a bad deal or anything. You just should be aware of it, especially if you like being outside. Now, yes, there's things that you can get, such as nets or covers or things like that, but still there are a lot of areas that are high risk for being hit. When viewing a home, you will definitely know whether you are in a hot zone for getting hit or not. Take a walk around the house, look and see if there's any golf balls in the yard. Also look and see if there's any damage done from balls being hit at the house. Overlooking the HOA fees or any associations that are due within living on a specific golf course. Now, not all golf courses in our area require you to be a member and pay membership, but there are some that do. So make sure you are aware of that, because that is an extra fee that you are required to pay to live in that community. Also, there may be some HOAs on different golf courses that have restrictions on what you can do as for fencing. If you can have a fence, if you can have a chain link fence, if you can have a privacy fence. So if these are some of your concerns, first off, when you're looking at houses, take a look around, because that should give you an idea of what is allowed and what isn't. But make sure you also get a copy of all the documents associated with that HOA so you can review them during your inspection period. That way you know what is going on and you can decide if that house and community is right for you. You can even get some of this documentation beforehand, before you start looking into specific communities, so you know which one's going to fit your lifestyle better than others. Neglecting to look into the golf course's maintenance schedule. Now, yes, I kind of chuckle out about this one, but you should be aware that typically the golf course's maintenance schedule is done beforehand. So you will have people out there fairly early mowing and getting the golf course ready for those earlier times. So that's just something that you need to be aware of and look into when looking into the communities that you want to live in. When looking around at different communities, make sure you drive around the whole golf course. See whether people take pride in their home, or if there are some areas that maybe they do not take care of their home as well. And just get used to that so you can see what streets you like to live on and maybe ones you don't want to live on. Failing to account for seasonal changes. So when we think of golf courses, we think of the springtime, summer, and fall, typically when everyone is out there playing. However, there are seasonal changes, especially in North Idaho, where we do get winters. Some of the golf courses I have heard let you either snowshoe or cross-country ski on them. So if that's something that you want or don't want, just make sure you look into it to see if you will be having people still on the golf course during those different seasons. Ignoring privacy concerns. People look at living on a golf course and think that it's great because you don't have any rear neighbors. But that does not mean that it's going to be private. Yes, you may not have someone living right behind you that's looking into your backyard or always being right there. But when it comes to golf courses, you are going to have a lot of traffic of people driving back behind your home. And depending on where you're located, they may be looking for balls, maybe peeking over a fence, seeing if they had hit one in your backyard. Now, they're not necessarily looking at your backyard, they're just trying to find their ball, but it may not be as private as you think it is if you haven't lived on a golf course before. Now, some things you can do to make it more private, you can plant trees and bushes. Again, maybe have a privacy fence, but again, make sure you look at those HOAs and association documents to see if you can or cannot do that and what restrictions there are for those. Underestimating the maintenance and upkeep costs. Some golf courses, again, will have those HOAs that will tell you how the yard has to look, how it has to maintain, and those are just some costs that you're going to have to keep up, whether you are doing it or you're hiring landscaping and yard maintenance out. But you also have the cost of damages. Now, when people hit balls, you would hope that they would stop and tell you so that you can get their information, but you might not be there and some damage is going to happen and people may not stop. So those are some fees that you will be out of when living on a golf course. So just remember to take that into consideration when looking how much money you might have to put towards repairing damages from golf balls and any other damage you may have. Failing to consider resale value. Market demands for golf course homes in northern Idaho is pretty high. A lot of people like to live on the golf course because that is one of the outdoor activities that they enjoy. Now, depending on which golf course you decide to purchase, depends on what that resale is going to look like for that particular property. Some homes and golf courses maintain their values higher than others. So just make sure that you do your due diligence in looking into that and having a real estate professional that is local and knows the area or specifically knows about golf courses. Also, there could be future development done on the golf course that can impact you down the road. In fact, I remember one particular golf course in this area. Some of the homes actually used to back up to the golf course, but a portion of it was sold off and the new developer built homes on that. So then instead of being backing to a golf course, they now had rear neighbors. So just make sure you look into everything when living on a golf course. Just some tips on trying to avoid these. Again, make sure that you work with a local real estate agent that is familiar with golf courses in this area. Make sure you get the documentation beforehand so you can look into some of those items and pick a specific area that you like based upon what you can do with your property and the lifestyle that you would like. Do your due diligence in figuring out all the different golf courses and what they have to offer. Here in North Idaho, we do have public golf courses, but we do have some that are also private. And don't be afraid to take your time. Drive around the golf course. Maybe play a couple rounds at that golf course and see if it's one that you like, one that you enjoy. Do you enjoy the atmosphere at the restaurants if there's one? Does it offer pools, tennis courts? Just do your due diligence, drive around, look around, make sure that you do like the area, because when purchasing on a golf course, it's more about the lifestyle and figuring out which home and golf course community is best for you. If you have any questions about purchasing a home on a golf course in this area, my name is Amanda Cuspert. I'm with the Phoenix Agency, and I would love to help you.